What's up, guys? Newly here at Milliron ZB Saddle Shop. I just want to do a quick video here for you guys to maybe help some guys out that are, well, maybe on a budget or something like I am. I want to get going on some braiding or some rawhiding or whatnot. Just to help maybe even do some saddle strings or lug straps or anything like that. I got some high-tech equipment here. I know, guys, with the gas prices and things the way they are right now, people are probably really looking for things to do at night. And of course, when you're done reading your Bible and getting through your devotion, this is a good thing to go to because you know, there ain't a whole lot of other places to go when you can't afford gas. So we'll get right into this video. What I'm going to start out with here, just for the video's sake, is a piece of Latigo, roughly 9-10 ounce, something like that. I think maybe an eighth or just a couple clicks on your tape measure past an eighth, like 9/32 or 3/64 or somewhere in there. I don't know, you'd have to look for yourself, I guess, but whatever thickness it ends up being, we're going to make it a little bit thinner. So what I want to do is I want to show you some of the tools I got here. 100 years ago when I was starting out rawhiding, no, it was probably 25-30 years ago, but I made this string cutter right here, and I'm not going to get too depth on it, but you can see where the blade's in here. This is your blade squeezer thingamajigger. I made this out of a center link on a 3-point tractor. I cut the ends off. It's got the little doohickeys that go into your, yeah, those thingies. You know what I'm talking about. So anyways, I got a piece of rod that went in here to fit this hole just right. Put my set screw here to adjust your width on your blade. So that's that. I got an old beveler here that never did work worth a darn, so I didn't use it at all, hardly ever. I tried it a couple times, but it just frustrated me. So I'm going to show you what we came up with other than that. This here is my really fancy equipment. What we got here, I guess, is a 2x4 with the grain going this way. It's roughly 9 inches long, probably 10 inches long, somewhere in there. This here is a blade out of a baler. It's a net wrap cutter of some sort out of a, I don't know nothing about it, but that's what it said on YouTube this was, or I'm sorry, Google, this was. So I looked up this here part number, which is 9806864. If you're interested in finding a blade like this one's pretty nice. I had to sharpen it up a little bit to get it to work, but other than that, here's my other specialty tool here. This is a scalpel blade jammed into the grain side, which is the grain's going this way on this piece. Just jammed in there at an angle so we can do our bevel cuts. And this all cost, well, I got all this for free. So I don't know what a blade like this would cost you. Somebody had given me this one and I've had it for a long time. Probably ought to get a new one. This one's getting a little dull, but so anyways, let's get this locked in here and we'll get started on this demonstration, kind of show you guys what's going on. I don't want to get into the braiding or anything like that, but I do want to show you these really expensive shop tools that I have here and how they work, and maybe they'll help you out. I don't know. So first, what you're going to need is your 17/32 width of Latigo here. You're going to want to cut this down whatever width you want to go with. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the string cutter. Just cut her down to about, I got it set about 3/8 or so on this string cutter. And run that through there. Get down to the end here. Just make darn sure that you don't keep your thumb going, or you're going to end up with a big old band-aid on your finger. Flip that over, finish this out. So we got our 3/8 piece right here, 3/8 wide by still the same thickness, believe it or not, because we haven't done anything to it. So what we're going to do here is we're going to grab a specialty tool, one of these right here. You can get, you don't have to use a short one like this. You can use a long one also. Just has to have this end on it right here, depending on, I guess, what screw you use here. But you can look it up in your manual for that. So anyways, you can get these just about anywhere down at your local getting place. So anyways, we're going to use the short one here because that's what I like to use. Grab our specialty tool. We're going to stick it in this screw here. It's a number 4 drywall screw, I believe. We're just going to run that up towards the ceiling, which would be left hand thread. You're going to take your flesh side of this latigo. One more thing I need to note, there's some shims in here. Again, these are probably an 1/8 inch thick. I don't know, you'll have to play with the thickness on these. You can run them in and out of here, it'll change the angle of the blade. Real technological stuff, but you can play with that on your own piece of equipment. I'm going to run it into this little deeper cut first. These widths are set for certain things that I do here in the shop. You can have your own widths or several widths along here if you want, it doesn't matter. These ones are just ones that I use on a regular basis. Now, you run that in just far enough you can get a hold of that. It's not going to take a whole lot off this time, just a little bit. That'll just make it easier to go through the next one. Run that back up toward the ceiling with your specialty tool. Now you're going to want to take your flesh side up again, run it in from the blunt side of the blade, completely through. Run this back towards the floor. Get enough here that you can get a hold of it with your dominant hand, doesn't matter which way you go there. Put your finger here pretty firm against this piece of wood so it doesn't split it completely in half. And get started on this. You just want to keep pulling that right on through. Just like this, and you're going to split it down to this thickness. This thickness is I don't know what it is. It's just the thickness I needed it. You can measure. I didn't use a caliper or nothing here, but I think I grabbed the wrong piece, to be honest with you. I'm going to throw that away because that's not the piece I wanted. This is actually the consistent piece, and that's going to make it a little easier for me to bevel, so apologize for that. Run that through there once again. Run that down towards the floor with our specialty tool. Bring this through. Got some of the flesh off. Whoop, here we go. Now, run that back up towards the ceiling one more time. Flesh side up, blunt side. You run it through this side first, obviously it's going to cut it in half, so you don't want to do that. Leave enough you can get a hold of with the old dominant hand. Grab a hold, firm pressure here, pull through, move that out the road, pull that on out, get rid of that. One more time with the specialty tool, run this up toward the ceiling, bring this through on the side you grabbed a hold of, so we can get rid of all this so we can use as much of that as we can, keep her in the notch. Run that back towards the floor, grab a hold of this, firm pressure here, and you got a consistent thickness. So we split it down to size, whatever that ends up your size needs to be. Now, it's as easy as coming over here. You want to hold your fingers really firm right in front of this blade, probably 1/4, 3/8 of an inch off of that. You're going to have to play with this angle a little bit to get it. Like say if you practice a little bit, get your pressure just right here. Run a nice even consistent stroke through. Flip it over to the other side. Get started on the other side. Obviously the more consistent your string is, the better your bevel is going to end up. Of course, you're going to have to hold your fingers pretty firm here. But anyways, guys, that's all we got. Like I said, I've used some pretty expensive string cutters that I borrowed from people in the past that have brought them over to my house or whatever when I was rawhiding a lot. This honestly has worked better than anything I've ever used. It's probably because I've just gotten more patient with age. The others probably work fine for me. If they work fine for you, that's fine. But I couldn't afford the $400 or $500 equipment, so here's what I come up with. And I guess necessity is the mother of all invention, so here we have it. And if you got something out of this and you were blessed by it, great. If not, you know, just go on to the next video, I suppose. Here we got our beveled string. Kind of fuzzy because I kind of need to sharpen my equipment here, but you get the point. I got a good, consistent, ready to braid. So that's all I got for you today. Like I said, if you guys are just bored and you're done with your devotions, jump right into this and get started braiding, and we'll see you next time.